Have you ever heard of a place where the boundaries between hospitality and extreme customs blur into one shocking reality? Buckle up because we are about to journey into the most secret and astonishing Alaska. Have you ever wondered how, in some communities, wives are lent to visitors as a welcome gesture? And why is this ritual, as absurd as it may seem, considered completely normal in certain Alaskan villages? Get ready to uncover traditions that defy all logic and to question where curiosity ends and human madness begins. If you're ready to be amazed, keep watching and subscribe now to Travel Curiosities so you don't miss our next mind-blowing stories from around the world. Chapter 1. The Great Arctic Freeze. Alaska, a state in the extreme northwest of the United States, is renowned for its icy landscapes and extreme weather conditions. Imagine a winter where the thermometer can drop well below 50 degrees, with snow and ice covering everything, turning every movement into an epic adventure. Up north, in places like Utqiagvik, the sun doesn't rise for almost 2 months. This is the so-called polar night. Yet in summer, temperatures can soar up to 30 degrees Celsius in some inland areas, offering a surreal contrast between ice and heat. Chapter 2. Mysteries and Disappearances, the Alaska Triangle. If you've heard of the Bermuda Triangle, know that Alaska has its own counterpart. An area at the border with Canada and the Arctic Ocean where planes, boats, and people vanish without a trace. Over 16,000 unexplained disappearances since 1988 have fueled legends about supernatural forces, dimensional portals, or simply extreme weather conditions that swallow up anyone daring enough to venture into these wild lands. Chapter 3. The Aurora Borealis, Northern Lights. Another fascinating aspect of Alaska is the phenomenon of the Aurora Borealis, a dazzling display of dancing lights in the night sky caused by the interaction between solar particles and the Earth's atmosphere. With hues ranging from green to pink, this wonder creates magical moments that have inspired local myths and legends, often associated with good omens or otherworldly presences. The Aurora Borealis attracts millions of adventurers each year in search of wonder and amazement. Chapter 4. The Most Absurd Laws. Among Alaska's peculiarities are some truly bizarre regulations. In Anchorage, for example, it is illegal to wake a sleeping bear just to snap a photo. You could really get into trouble. Serving beer to a moose is strictly forbidden, as is shoving a moose off a moving plane. Who would have thought? And if that isn't crazy enough, it's also illegal to whisper in someone's ear while they're hunting. Apparently, safety and focus are paramount. But now tell me, would you dare to wake a bear for an extreme selfie, risking breaking the law? Answer in the comments below and let us know your thoughts. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, leave a big like, and hit the bell to catch all the upcoming videos from Travel Curiosities. Chapter 5. Alaska and Russia, a History of Big Deals. Not everyone knows that Alaska once belonged to Russia and was sold to the United States in 1867 for $7.2 million, a deal that was initially seen as a waste of money. The purchase of Alaska, though initially criticized, turned out to be a masterstroke when the territory's extraordinary natural resources were discovered. Today, Alaska is the largest U.S. state by area, a true white giant of the North. Chapter 6. The Inuit Communities and the Art of Survival. Living in Alaska means learning to cope with extreme conditions. Indigenous peoples like the Inuit, often called Eskimos, are living proof. Accustomed to hunting walruses and seals and building igloos or semi-subterranean houses with wood and whale bones, the Inuit have developed remarkable survival techniques. Sled dogs, in particular, are a vital means of transportation across icy expanses with no practical roads. Chapter 7. Extreme Hospitality, the Tradition of Wife Lending. Here comes the most controversial chapter. In some Alaskan communities, there was a practice known as nuluguk, meaning the sharing of a wife with guests or friends. This gesture went beyond simple courtesy. It reflected the values of community, survival, and solidarity typical of these harsh lands. Refusing this offer could be seen as a grave insult with severe social consequences. If the borrowed wife became pregnant, the child was considered part of the host family, in line with a tradition of shared responsibility that has always governed life in these isolated villages. Chapter 8. When refusal becomes a serious issue. As absurd as it may seem, saying no to these customs could cause significant tensions within the community. The geographic isolation and the need to forge strong bonds meant that every act of hospitality, even the most unusual, held vital importance for the village's survival and social harmony. Often disagreements over wife lending or infidelity were resolved through physical confrontations or mediation by community leaders. Chapter 9. The Shadow of Missionaries and the Decline of Ancient Customs. With the arrival of missionaries and Western colonizers, many millennia-old traditions began to vanish. The introduction of Christianity and new values radically transformed Indigenous culture. Although some of these customs seem extreme to us, for generations they were a concrete response to the necessities of living in such a harsh Arctic environment. Chapter 10. Haunted Places and Icebeards. The surprises in Alaska don't end here. There are places like Cannery Row, a former area of salmon processing factories, considered cursed due to the harsh conditions that led to many workers' deaths. Legends tell of restless spirits haunting these old structures. And what about the icebeard? In the coldest months, the moisture from one's breath instantly freezes on beards and mustaches, creating almost fairy tale-like or infernal human landscapes, depending on your point of view. We have reached the end of this incredible journey through the most secret and controversial Alaska, where Arctic freeze, mysteries, and shocking traditions blend into a unique reality. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe to our channel, give it a like, and hit the bell so you stay updated on stories as bizarre as they are real. And now, the final question for you. What's the secret or tradition in Alaska that left you utterly speechless? Tell us in the comments. We can't wait to hear your opinion.